All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and in the last video, which is number 156, as you can see, we added the ability to add a new record of any of our four employee types to our PayrollEFCore database program that we're working on. Now, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, what I'm going to do, and this probably isn't the best of ideas, but I'm going to do it anyway, and that is I'm going to grab everything that I just put in for the add new record. I'm going to grab all of it. I'm going to copy it to the clipboard. So that is everything that is in there, and I'm going to copy it to our update and existing record. And again, a natural question would be, okay, fine, why are you doing that? Well, there will be a lot of similarities in what we're about to do in here. Now, will there be some differences? Of course there will be. All right, so let's see. So let's come into our update right here, and let's first do this. We're going to if no record was selected, generate a message box saying so, and just return. All right, so if our data grid view, DGV employee, really should have called it employees, but that's okay, dot current row, if it's equal to null, we will just say, we'll do a message box dot show. It's not an error. We'll do it for information. So we'll say no record was selected. And we'll basically say here, no record selected. And again, we'll put that as an okay and as an information. Oops. All right, and then we will return. Not like that, we won't, but we will return. All right, so we know if we get down here, we have selected a record. All right, so in this update, the first thing we're going to do in here before we even do this is I'm going to come in here and say int ID equals int DGV employee dot current row dot cells ID dot value. In other words, set the ID of the record to be updated. All right. Then we want to come in, and if it's an hourly, okay, we're going to change this around, but we'll say hourly employee equals, so this is going to change in here. So we're not going to create going to change this comment here to find the current employee record using the primary key, which is the ID. All right, so our hourly employee is going to be equal to, so I'm going to get rid of all this. In fact, I'm going to get rid of all of this. And I'm going to set that equal to PayrollProgram.db context.hourlyemployees.find ID. Now that's not that big. I really could put this on 2 lines, but I don't just leave it the way it is. All right. Again, if no employee, just returned. So if hourly employee is equal to null, return. We should have caught that before, really. Now, we don't want to add because we're not adding a new employee. We want to update the properties, set up in the text boxes. So, hourly employee dot first name equals txt first name dot text hourly employee dot last name equals txt last name dot text hourly employee dot hours worked equals, we'll do a convert dot to decimal of txt text box 1 dot text. Let's move these over a little so you can make sure you can see everything. This is a lot wider, both of these, than it has to be. There we go. And this is hours worked. Sorry. And this is hourly rate. And that is what's in text box 2. All right. I think that's everything that we want to do in here. Now, again, we are going to be doing similar things for our other employees. So what I'm going to do, kind of the way I did this before, and that is I'm going to grab everything that's in here and I'm going to copy it in. Just like that. All right. So, and don't worry, it's going to give me errors. It should give me errors, to be honest with you. So there's hourly. There's piece worker. So we're going to call this piece worker employee. Don't worry, we'll fix all these in just a minute. Let's even these up from last time. Okay. Okay, these are okay. This is pieces made, and that's going to have to be a 2int32. Remember, you can't make part of a piece the way we've got this set up. And this will be price per piece. And again, we'll pretty this up just a tad. All right, and we'll break. Now, we'll grab this one. Copy it, and we're going to put that into our commission. Paste that in. Again, we'll get errors. Don't worry about it. So this will be commission employee. Whoops. All right. So using the primary key. So this will have to be commission employees. That one's okay. That one's okay. This will be commission percentage. And this one will be sales amount. Again, we'll pretty this up just a tad here. All right, and then we'll copy this in. The last one is not going to be as big, remember, because, oops, it's for salaried, so we don't have as many fields. Paste that in. This will be salaried employee. Okay. All right, so we've got all of that done. We've got our 4 different kinds of employees done. Then we do want to save the changes. That should make sense. And then we want to call load corresponding records. We will again clear out everything that's in here. And the existing employee was successfully updated to the database. So a successful record update. Hopefully we've got everything done in there. Could I have missed something? Of course I could have. Never tried to do that on purpose, but I do enough of it on my own anyway. So let's do a file save all. And let's run it again. Okay, I've got an error. Let's fix the error. Missed a semicolon. All right, file, save all. Try it again. Okay, and let's come in here. We're going to set this up in just a minute so that we're able to put the information in here and change it in here. Let's see if we can change it here though. So let's make it 30. All right, and we will update the record. Okay, we got an error. The input string was not in the correct format. Okay, there wasn't anything in the text box, so let's fix that right now. All right, no biggie. Okay. What we're going to do in here, after we have found that indeed there is a record to update like this, all right? So when we get to here and we got update existing record, before we do that, we're going to call fill the text boxes. All right, and then we'll call update an existing record. So let's copy that and let's put that down here. Private void fill the text boxes. All right, so we have chosen to do an update. Whoops, there. Get rid of that semicolon. Okay, all right. Looking through my stash of notes here. So we want to do this when we click a record, a cell record. So this fill the text boxes, I'm not going to do it like this. I want to do it like this. I'm going to have this fill the text boxes. That's fine. But what I want to do is in here, all right, I don't know if we want, there's a cell content click, but I think there's a cell click too. Let me check this out. Properties. Like I said, I think there's a cell click. There is. So I don't want this. I'm going to get rid of that. And in this cell click, when that happens, now I'm going to call, oh, I think I called it fill in the text boxes. All right, so what do I want to do here? Well, basically what we're going to do is we're going to autofill the text boxes when a grid row in the data grid view is clicked. This will make updating, hopefully, easier. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do this. Let's take this. Let's move it here. If nothing is selected in the data grid view, let the user know via a message box and just return. So if DGV employee dot current row equal null. We did this before, so I probably could just copy it. Where was that? Get this fill the text boxes. I'm going to get rid of that now. Okay. That's for successful. I just like to have a similar message because it just makes it easier when you're working with this stuff. Okay. That's what we want, is that. So copy that. I could make that into a routine too, since I'm going to be calling it more than once. Probably would have been a better idea. Let's just do this one. Let's just make all of them look like that. Okay. So again, we'll do that right here. All right, so if we get down here, so we will say txt firstname.text is equal to current row dot cells. I think this begins with a 1, not with a 0. 1 dot value. Okay, it doesn't like something. I gotta tell it to get it from the data grid view. DGV employee dot current row. Okay, we gotta fix this. All right. DGV employee dot current row dot cells dot value. I think we might have, even though it already is, dot toString. Okay, let's just copy this. So that's the first name. We also want to do the last name. Come on, Jeff. Last name. That'll be number 2. And then So this is text box 1 dot text, and that'll equal 3. And then txt text box 2 dot text, and that'll be 4. These each over 1. Got that. So this should, if we did it correctly, this should let the user click a row, autofill the fields, and let them modify the values and then type in or click the update button. So let's try this again. File, save all, let's run it. All right, there we are. Now let's see if it fills it. No record was selected. Well, that isn't good. Okay, it's not recognizing that we're trying to, and that's why we're getting that error. All right, it's on the convert to decimal, but these two work just fine. All right, but the other ones will not. So we're getting no record was selected. So I'm at 27 minutes. Let me try to figure this one out. Come back, hopefully with an answer, and then the last one to do will be our delete. All right, so we'll come back with that very shortly.